Well, hello, everyone, and good evening and welcome. Tonight, we're doing something a little different. So, originally tonight, I was supposed to do the latest episode of Smart Guys, my wrestling commentary show. This was supposed to be the final episode I was doing before WrestleMania here this year. And I had my third and final guest host lined up and ready to go. And then, about an hour before the end of my earlier stream, I was notified, sadly, by that guest host that they had an emergency and they couldn't make it tonight. Therefore, we have delayed that episode until next week. It will still take place next week. Okay, so don't worry. Smart Guys will take place on Thursday, April 17th, 2025, on the DSP Reacts channel and also on my Kick channel. All right, so it really will be the big lead in to WrestleMania. And yes, my guest host will be there. I apologize that happened. It's life. So I said tonight, why don't we just do an impromptu stream? And I proposed, hey, we could play some Schedule 1, because if I play Schedule 1, it shouldn't spoil any other playthroughs I'm doing. It shouldn't upset anyone. Like, it would kind of fit into what I'm doing. All right? So we could do that. But as I started here, people started asking me questions. I got contributions coming in. I said, let me just hit record. Let's hang out. Let's see how the night goes and go from there. Maybe we will play some Schedule 1 later. I don't know. But I figured let's just hang out and do a little bit of impromptu talking, Q&A, and see how it goes, right? By the way, that name is not F Nasty Mandy. It's just Nasty Mandy. I don't know why there's an F in front of their name. Let me fix that. Sorry about that, Nasty Mandy. I didn't mean to put an F before your name. That's my fault. Okay. Cool. So let's get started here. We have Jalen with a $2 super chat. Maybe Octopath Traveler in the future. Octopath Traveler is a game I missed out on because when it first came out, I was playing Persona 5. When the sequel came out, I was playing another game. It seems like it would be up my alley. It has gameplay elements and graphics similar to Final Fantasy VI. We just never got around to it. But this year, probably no. We've already got Suikoden 2 that I'm going to be playing over the summer in its collection. We've got this Claire Obscure Expedition 33 coming out later this month. That looks like it's a hybrid game between Final Fantasy X and Lost Odyssey. With all these RPGs already coming out, I don't think that I'm going to be doing any kind of other RPGs this year. Octopath Traveler is probably a no for this year, all right? But maybe in the future. Yes, I did hear Octopath Traveler is incredibly long, too. So it's another reason probably why we're not doing it anytime soon. For the record, tonight on Smart Guys, if we had raised $100 of support, I was going to do an unpacking of a pack of WWE cards. One of these two packs has a chase card in it. One of the rare cards that's numbered and looks nice. It may even be the valuable autograph card that's worth a lot of money, okay? If we hit $100 of support tonight, I will unpack live one of these cards. For every $100, I'll unpack one, okay? For the record. Okay. All right. Some tips have rolled in. Let's see here. Our first tipper of the night is an anonymous $2 tipper who says, how do you find Will Smith in a snowstorm? Look for Fresh Prince. That's very, that's very, it's words. It's a bunch of words. Thank you for the tip. Not so much for the cheesy joke, but thank you for the tip. Okay. Soggy Nipples tipped $1.25 and asked, was Street Fighter 4 the last good Street Fighter game? Well, here's the thing. All right. First of all, we have to talk about what do you consider an actual official Street Fighter game? Are we talking just numbered 1 through 6? Are we talking spin-offs? Like, what about the Alpha series, right? What about Capcom versus SNK 1 and 2? What about Capcom Cross Tekken, or Street Fighter Cross Tekken, excuse me. What about the Versus here? What's a Street Fighter game? All right. If you're asking me, what was the last good numbered Street Fighter game? I would say, in order, if you actually wanted me to order them, I would probably say Street Fighter 2 is the absolute best. Then I would probably say Street Fighter 3 is second best. Third Strike Edition, by the way, not the first one. Third Strike, but by far. Then I would probably say Street Fighter 4 was third best. Okay. Then I would probably say Street Fighter 6, then Street Fighter 5, then Street Fighter 1. Street Fighter 1 is the worst because it actually was not made to be a competitive game. It really was. It was designed to be like a messing button masher. The moves don't even come out precisely when you input them. They barely come out. And the game cheats and everything, and it's just you against AI. Even though there's 2 players, it's just not a good fighting game at all. Street Fighter 2 was the era when fighting games actually were born, okay? But in my opinion, no exaggeration, Street Fighter 2, the original one, actually is still the best numbered Street Fighter game in the entire series. It had the least bullshit, okay? It had the most exciting variety of gameplay. It had incredibly high level play. It wasn't broken or busted. And to this day, people are still playing it at such a high level. You could pick any character and win a tournament. Okay. Now, I'm not saying it's easy to do that. I'm saying you can do it, which is the complete polar opposite of modern fighting games, where good luck playing Street Fighter 6 and winning with a low tier in a tournament setting. And if you do, it's a rarity. You'll never see someone win like the world championships with freaking Lily. You know what I mean? Because the way they've designed these games. But yeah, it is what it is. You know, that's my opinion. A lot of people disagree. But if you were to ask me competitively, I do think Street Fighter 4 was better than 5 and 6. Okay? I think 6 at this point has become so boring because it is the same gameplay ad nauseum over and over by every single player. Everyone's copied each other. You know what I'm saying? Everyone has literally just done the same thing, regurgitated the same kind of gameplay that it's just boring as dirt. And that's sad. We're not even 2 years into it. Okay. Okay. All right. So if you'd like to talk with me, by the way, I did type into the Kick chat so that you guys can tag me and talk to me over in the Kick chat. Okay. So just tag me and we'll see what you guys want to talk about. What's up, Avarice? Good evening. How are you doing, man? Do I prefer sprite-based or 3D model-based fighters? Doesn't matter. That doesn't matter to me at all. Like the looks of the fighter don't really bother me. You know, Street Fighter 2 is pixel-based. Street Fighter 6 is 3D, amazing graphics. Doesn't matter. To me, it's the gameplay because no one's playing Street Fighter for the visuals. We were playing Street Fighter for the gameplay, right? How was dinner? It was great. So today is my wedding anniversary. Now, we didn't go out and do anything today because we already have a day scheduled for next week that we're doing stuff together, a day off from work and everything for both of us. So we didn't do anything today. Our anniversary celebration is technically next week, okay? But we ordered out and we got some sushi and some spicy chicken teriyaki. And the sushi was various different kinds. One kind was like a spicy tuna. Another one was like a tempura shrimp with crab. And then another one was like a double salmon with mango. And then we also got the spicy chicken teriyaki. It was absolutely delicious. We got stuffed with food. It was so amazing. You know, the thing is with sushi, we rarely get it. We'll get sushi 2-3 times a year. It's too expensive. You know, good sushi. You can get cheap sushi and it sucks. But if you get the good stuff from a great restaurant, you're going to pay a lot of money. And, you know, we ordered 3 orders of sushi and this teriyaki, so we paid a lot of money. But it's our anniversary, right? You have a good meal, have some good times. I relaxed with my wife after the fact. We chilled in the living room, and she played a little bit of, oh, God, Power Washer Simulator, because she's excited for the sequel that's coming out later this year, but there's no release date yet. And then she had found out that there had been some DLCs that had come out, and she bought the Wallace and Gromit DLC. So she was actually doing the Wallace and Gromit Power Wash Simulator DLC, and we were laughing at some of the funny stuff in it, like the weird goofy suits and things that are in it. So we were just relaxing and digesting after dinner. I had a coffee, you know. That was my break between streams. Next week, we'll actually go out and we'll do fun stuff together. We'll go probably do some shopping and things, you know. Can't do that today. We were, you know, working. Okay. Someone sent me $1 at talking about adding them on Steam and playing a game with them. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm not even playing multiplayer games. I don't know what you're talking about. Thanks for the $1 tip. We're having a chill stream where we're just hanging out, talking. And this person says, can I add them on Steam and play games with them? No, but thanks for the dollar. Okay. Let's see here. So we got a troll. Get rid of them. No, I never played Escape Room Simulator. Did not. Heard of it, but have not played it. Gabriel, good evening. How's it going, man? How are you tonight? Do I think Blueprints has potential to be game of the year? As is, okay, here's my initial thoughts on Blueprints. Unique premise. You're in a mansion where the rooms are randomly generated. You get to choose which room it is in each doorway out of 3. You get a choice of 3 rooms. What do you want? Each room has different properties. Sometimes you get items to get into other rooms. Sometimes you get currency to buy things. I like that. And it's a roguelike, meaning you have a certain amount of stamina. When it runs out, the whole day restarts, okay? The premise is interesting. The premise is an interesting thing. I played it for almost 3 hours today. I actually had a great time playing it. I like the atmosphere and I like the music. It's very relaxing and kind of chill. And it's kind of an ongoing mystery, like what's going on in this mansion, in these rooms. You know, more of it gets fleshed out the more you play this game. But for what I've seen now, is it game of the year kind of stuff? I wouldn't go that far. I think it's a unique game and it certainly stands out and it's fun. But if you were to ask me, would this be game of the year? I'd be like, well, do you think Balatro should be game of the year? Now, some people say yes. I don't think so. I think Balatro is a fun-ass game. I love playing it, but I wouldn't say that's a game of the year contender. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people thought it was. So maybe you think that and you're like, oh, yeah, I still like it. Now, here's the thing. Someone told me that basically once you get a certain length into the game, okay, some very interesting stuff happens. That basically the game gets better after you beat it. I don't know what that means because I'm only 3 hours in. So hopefully if I continue to play this game and we get further in and then we realize, oh, you know, there's more to it. Maybe I actually would think that it's better and that it's going to be game of the year. You know what I mean? But for now, it's just kind of like, I like it. I've played it for a few hours, but I certainly don't know if I would say it's game of the year. But let's get further. That I think one session, there's really no way you can really judge fully. You know what I mean? Okay. Hold on one second. Okay. I received a $2 tip. It's a troll. So I ignore them. And I keep the money. That's how it works. Not only do I ignore you, I also keep your money. That's a win-win for me. I don't even have to respond to you. That's excellent. All right. Oh, excuse me. No, I'm not going to tell you who the host was going to be tonight for Smart Guys because they're going to still host the show next week. So what's the point of spoiling it now? There's none. So no, I'm not going to spoil who the host will be next week. You know, on Smart Guys. No, I'm not doing that. People are complaining because I put the stream saying Schedule 1, but apparently I'm not playing Schedule 1. So let's just do this. Late night chill stream. That's probably a little excessive. Here we go. So I'll go ahead and I'll change it so people stop whining and complaining that the stream is misleading. I'm so sorry that we would be hanging out and having fun. You know, I know that's very offensive to some people, right? So I'll change it here. Let's see. Very offensive. Here we go. There. I changed the data on both the YouTube and the Kick streams. So now it doesn't say Schedule 1. So now you can stop complaining. There you go. On the fly. Just like that. It's just the usual LARPers who want to sit around and be negative and complain, even though they don't actually like the streams. They just sit here and crap on them all day, and they never contribute either. They're just here to complain constantly, so I don't give a fuck. I really don't care. Okay. I liked Blueprint's game, dude. So far, so good. 3 hours were all very interesting. I did 3 runs, so each day in the game is a run, and then when you run out of stamina or you can't progress anymore, the game resets like a roguelike, and then you start over. So, I had a lot of fun with the 3 runs I did. Each day, I unlocked new rooms, and I learned more about the game and the puzzles and stuff. And I wanna play more for sure. I'm actually a little hooked. I was liking it, and I can't wait to play it again next week. We'll do another stream of it. So, and you can see all 3 runs. Each run is an individual video on DSPGaming. You can check that out right now. Okay. Huh. So Tony Baloney says, give you a tip, pick as many different rooms as possible is a good idea. Yeah, like for example, if you see a new room you've never seen before, probably pick it and try to explore it and figure out what it is, right? Yeah. What is my take with the match between Tiffany and Charlotte? Will the match be worth it for the title? You know, I don't know. I've only seen Tiffany Stratton wrestle maybe 2, 3 times tops, and I was never impressed with her in any of those matches. I'm just being honest. I thought that, they were kind of meh matches. Charlotte, we know, can wrestle, but there's been nothing that WWE has done to build this up and be entertaining, in my opinion. Every time they put these two together to do a promo, the promo sucks. And they haven't done anything in the last how many months? So it's gonna be pretty boring in my opinion. And by the way, it's not just me. Pretty much everyone in the internet wrestling community seems to agree. Like I get stuff in my feed now because I've been watching WWE content and I make WWE content. Stuff hits my feed again, and a lot of people are like, "Yeah, that might be one of the worst things at WrestleMania. It's just this poor build up, and no one's really having too many good feelings about it." So, thoughts on Evolution being the overall greatest faction of all time in pro wrestling? I mean, it's not something that's like so far fetched to say. I mean, Evolution was an amazing combination of classic and the old school, like Ric Flair, the currently dominant with Triple H, and then up and comers like Randy Orton and Batista, right? It gave someone like Ric Flair something to do when otherwise, what was he going to do? He couldn't constantly be in high profile feuds or anything because of his age. It gave the new guys a push. It gave Triple H, a good position in the company, dominant, protected with the title. But at the same time, it certainly wasn't the first time any kind of a stable like that had existed, nor would it be the last. There were many different interesting stables like that over the years. So would they be up there with the best wrestling stables and groups of all time? Sure. Are they overall the best? That is a hard thing to say, really, to be honest. When you ask me what are the best wrestling factions of all time, NWO, D-Generation X, are like the 2 that jump right to the forefront of my mind before I even think of another one. They were the 2 dominant forces in WCW and WWE that were going head to head during the Monday Night Wars. Now you could say there was many other good ones as well, but Evolution, yes, definitely, but I don't know. I don't know if you could say that Evolution tops the big 2 that were really leading the charge, right? No, we didn't jump into Schedule 1 yet. If people want Schedule 1 tonight overall, I will play it. But we started talking. People started asking me questions immediately, and we started talking, and I was like, oh, let's chat, and now we're kind of rolling with this. Big Fish, Small Pond at a $2 super chat says, what's the secret to a lasting marriage? Playing Bayonetta. No. The secret to a lasting marriage is not playing Bayonetta. That's incorrect. Sorry. Okay. Buckwell has just gifted a sub over on Kick. Thank you to Buckwell. That's our first sub contribution of the night. I appreciate that, Buckwell. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. Oops, I almost put it under membership. So that gets us to $22 of support so far tonight. Also, it looks like Charlie Hustle became a member for a second month in a row, but I believe that is just a re-upping message, meaning that doesn't count as a contribution for the night. So we're at 22. Remember, guys, when we hit $100 tonight, we will have an unpacking of one of these 2 packs of cards, and one of them has a rare chase card in it. So we may see one of the rare chase. We've only seen one so far. It's the Shinsuke Nakamura card. Oh, yeah. I'll show you. This is what I got this week to hold the cards. So the rarest card I have right now is the Shinsuke Nakamura card in the center. We also have the rare refractor of Hulk Hogan. The Austin card's common, but I just love Stone Cold Steve Austin, so I put him in there. So this is the frame that I got to hold my favorite cards. And right now, Nakamura is the one numbered rare chase card that I have in the middle there. He actually has a number right there under his name. Well, it was zooming in, and then all of a sudden it decided to blur. Yeah, dude, the camera doesn't focus properly up close. It's an autofocusing camera that refuses to autofocus up close. Can you believe that shit? It just doesn't do it. I'd have to manually focus it for you. But anyway, it has a number under his name there. There's a number in gold. So that's the rare card. So in one of these 2 packs, there's another rare card like Nakamura, or it could be one of the ultra rare cards that has a signature on it, in which case those are actually worth something. So pretty cool. Let's see tonight if we hit $100. We'll do an unpacking. If you're wondering why, it's because we didn't do Smart Guys tonight, but I have enough packs that it was supposed to be enough for the show tonight, plus the WrestleMania show, so we could do it tonight. And we will do it from one of these 2, because this is the high chance to get a rare chase card. Okay? Cool. Someone tipped $1 says, I'm talking about playing Schedule 1. Be nicer to people who are giving you money. What are you talking about? The only person who I wasn't nice to was a troll who insulted me, and I said, I'm not going to read your tip because you're a troll. I'm not going to be nice to trolls. That's ridiculous. Anyway, let's continue here. Someone just asked, what do I think is the most painful injury any actual wrestler ever got? That's a tough question, because I mean, wrestlers have had absolutely egregious injuries, right? You had Psycho Sid, who jumped and landed on his shin, his entire leg shattered in the ring and went floppy, right? You've had necks broken. You've had arms broken. I mean, Vader's eyeballs popping out. I mean, we could keep going. Just egregiously awful injuries. There's been deaths in the ring, right? I don't know how you can judge the pain. You know what I mean? Like, how do you judge a pain level? And how do you even know that a pain level is equivalent to something else? You don't. Everyone has different toleration for pain. Some people just they can handle pain, and to them it's not that big of a deal. So I don't know. It's a weird question. It's not like what was the worst injury. So what was the most painful? That's just a weird qualifying thing to toss into the question, because I don't know how to answer that. How do you judge the pain level? I don't know. Like, for example, God rest his soul, Owen Hart, in his horrible, horrible accident where he fell from the top of the arena because his cable disconnected or his harness disconnected, and he landed face first onto the top, the turnbuckle stand or whatever, and it just, that was probably instant death. Probably felt no pain at all. So does that not count? It's just a weird question. I don't know. Has a wrestler ever watched my streams? Yes, Mansoor. Remember that guy Mansoor, who was the Middle Eastern wrestler that WWE hired, and they always pushed him whenever they did their Middle Eastern shows for a few years there. He's actually a fan of mine. He used to watch me back in the day, and he started like tweeting at me and using my memes and stuff. And I was like, what the shit? And he thanked me because he said, I introduced him to the band Raw back in the day. For those who don't know, when I first started on YouTube, I started using the song Raw, Do You Call My Name, as kind of my theme song that I would use in the Hateful Truth series. And he said that because I was using it, I introduced him to the band, and it's one of his favorite bands, I guess. So that's kind of cool to know that there actually is a pro wrestler that grew up watching my content on YouTube and actually really enjoyed the stuff. And then we had a little conversation there back and forth that was quite nice. No, you see, if you're a complete moron, you would actually think he was being sarcastic and a troll. But how the hell would he know all the memes and know about Raw? Do you call my name? And he talked about it in a positive way. You're just an idiot if you believe that, because you're just a toxic moron who thinks everything is negative on this planet. You're just a dunce. Okay. Mr. Puffy Nipples. Timmy, $2.65. I really hope they don't give Charlotte Flair the title. I don't think she's a good wrestler. I can't stand how she gets the title matches immediately when she comes back from injury. I hate how they always shove the bullshit down our throats. I'll disagree. I think she's a good wrestler. I don't think it's interesting to always see her in the title picture and see her win the title. All right? I don't believe that at all. I think it's very boring to always see Charlotte Flair on top of the women's division, especially when there's all these women that they've hired and they don't do anything with them, or they try and they fail. Like, for example, that B-Fab or whatever, they're pushing her like she's a face, but she's not good in the ring. Her promos are terrible. So why don't you work on improving someone like B-Fab instead of just pushing Charlotte Flair into the title picture again? And I feel like with Tiffany, if you want my honest take, now that I've seen Tiffany for like 3-4 months, I think they gave her the title because they just don't have anyone. They don't have any face women who they trust to actually be legitimate faces. So they just gave it to the girl who had a meme. Tiffy time. She's supposed to be the Barbie girl. That's why they gave her the title. Not because she's the best wrestler, not because she actually does good promos, just because she had a meme going. They don't have anyone else, you know? Do I think this might be the best WrestleMania ever? No. I would even just argue, from what I know of last year's WrestleMania by far was more exciting and hyped than this year's. Now, I'm still excited for Cody Rhodes and John Cena. I'm still excited for Roman Reigns, Seth, and CM Punk's triple threat. And there's maybe some smaller time matches in there too that I'm kind of pumped for. But that main event last year, night one, the giant tag team match that determined the stipulation for night two. And night two, will Cody Rhodes finish the story and finally defeat the years and years run of Roman Reigns? That is way more interesting, dramatic, and suspenseful and exciting than the stuff that's going on this year. And I wasn't into wrestling, and I agree there. I think that was better. This year's okay. The thing is, what's going on right now is so much better than what used to be. Like, some old WrestleManias were just awful. Like, crappy match. No one cared, including me. So this at least is interesting to me. Okay? Archmage, I don't know if I'm playing Schedule 1 tonight. We were talking about it, and then people started asking me questions, so we started chilling and doing Q&A. So that's why we're doing this. If it dies down and people get super bored and, everything dries up and, then maybe we'll do some Schedule 1. But tonight is just an impromptu stream, just to kill time because Smart Guys got delayed. So let's see what people want to do. Good evening, Kickapoo, over on Kick. How are you, Kickapoo? Am I open to trying THC products on stream? No, I don't want to do drugs on stream. I have no desire to do drugs on stream. If I'm going to do anything to inebriate myself, it would be some liquor, and that's a rarity where you do it like maybe once a month for a marathon, and that's it. I have no desire to smoke up, to chew gummies, to drink, THC, drink seltzers or whatever. I have no desire to do any of that. I, for the most part, just want to chill with you guys and have a good time. I don't want to inebriate myself on a stream for what reason, right? Good evening, Vietnamese comrade. Good to see you. Robot Wizard 64, I shouted out your sub earlier today when it auto-renewed, but he asks, would you pay more than the MSRP for Switch 2 if Nintendo raised the price? If they raise the price, that's MSRP. If Nintendo right now says it's not going to be $450 anymore, it's going to be $600, that's the new MSRP. So I think your wording is flawed. The question should be, would I buy a Switch for more than a certain amount of money? And you would qualify the question with that amount. Like maybe the question is, would you pay $600 or more for the Switch, or is that your breaking point, right? But I will say this, under absolutely positively no circumstance would I buy the Switch 2 from a scalper. That is the absolute worst practice you can do. When you do that, you are absolutely hurting the industry. You are basically enabling these people who use their bots and their underhanded ways to buy up the product, and you're just promoting that practice, and I absolutely positively hate that practice. During the PS5 era, when it first came out several years ago, that was an utter nightmare, what we all went through with PS5. So I would never, ever do that. And you have to understand that if you buy shit from scalpers, you're definitely part of the problem and the reason why they exist. If people would collectively say, we're not going to put up with that shit, we're just not going to do it, the scalpers would go away because there'd be no demand for them, you see? But the problem is people are not very smart. They're very selfish. And, I need to have it. I need to have it. And they'll just throw unlimited amounts of money at it, and it ruins the industry. Exactly. The block says, I'm planning on pre-ordering either from Nintendo or Best Buy. That's correct. I have signed up for Nintendo. They're supposed to tell me when the pre-orders through Nintendo are available because I have the ongoing Switch Online sub for over a year. I've had it. Actually, I think I've had it 2-3 years now, and over 50 hours of gameplay on my Switch. So I qualify for it. They should notify me. Now, if that falls through, I would absolutely try to get a pre-order another means. But to give you guys some perspective here, so the other morning, I want to say it was like maybe like 9 a.m. my time. It was announced that the pre-orders were open in the UK on Amazon for the Switch 2. I have a VPN. So I used the VPN to switch over to the UK, and I jumped on Amazon. It had been 7 minutes since the pre-orders were announced. It was already sold out on Amazon. 7 minutes. So unless you're sitting there and happen to be completely free when these pre-orders drop for any given company, whether it's Amazon, Best Buy, Target, Walmart, right? Unless you're absolutely ready to order, you're probably not going to get it. You know what I mean? Like, I really just don't see it going too well. I think everyone's going to have a big issue, at least initially with the pre-orders. Maybe the stores will be stocked well enough it won't matter, but it seems like the pre-orders are going to be a big fiasco. I guess we'll find out. That's true. Alabrige says it's actually proven to be impossible because bots can just pre-order faster than a person. Right. So the bots are going to get in there and buy a giant chunk of whatever's available almost instantly. It's just a matter of knowing when the pre-orders go live, which is why these stores haven't really done that, right? They're doing it on purpose, so that way, it's kind of a surprise, and whoever gets it, gets it. No, I would not buy edibles. I literally just said I have zero interest in doing any kind of drugs, THC or otherwise. The only thing I'm interested in is drinking. And you asked me if I would buy edibles. Please take the cotton out of your ear so you can hear me talk on a stream where the point is to hear me talk. Hearts to Heart says, what's the first thing you want to do in Minecraft after you set up the world? Explore. I want to head out with some basic armor, maybe shield armor, all that stuff, sword. And I just want to go explore and see what's new in the world. Are there new creatures? Are there new biomes? Does the game run a little differently, right? Is there new weather? What's new? Because I haven't played since 2020, so you're talking 5 years. And I'm sure in that there's been all these different updates and things to the game since then. So that's kind of what I'm interested in. What's my first name? Pierre. My actual full name is Pierre Laprant. I don't know if you knew that. Let's see. I don't know if we're playing a game tonight or not. It's a hangout stream. We'll see what happens. This is funny. Someone just asked me, you ready for this? Why am I upset that people have called South of Midnight woke when I was pushing for Trump to get into office? Okay, I want you to just think about the question you just asked. All right? Think about that. So just think of the insane amount of heavy qualifying characteristics you applied to the question. So the first thing you're actually saying to me is that if someone actually wanted Trump to be elected or preferred Trump as their candidate for the current presidency, that means that they absolutely positively hate all content that would ever be qualified as woke, or that there can be situations where certain kinds of content that could be qualified as woke might still actually be appealing to someone who would want to vote for Donald Trump. It's just such a giant, ridiculous, over-the-top thing to say because, in your opinion, essentially, there's no people who have independent thought. Everyone either has to be all the way over here or all the way over here with absolutely no gray area of existence or thought. It's just the dumbest simpleton thinking. And I'm not trying to insult you. You have to understand something. That's the problem with humanity in 2025. Everyone's either all the way over here or all the way over here, and we hate each other. Instead of actually thinking for yourself, which no one seems to want to do. Everyone just wants to have someone tell them how to feel, tell them how to act, tell them how to behave. That is so insane, in my opinion. Sorry, I've always been the antithesis of that. Really. I want people to grow and learn for themselves and make decisions for themselves, not to just blindly follow. And that drives me nuts. So, yeah, I think when you say that kind of stuff, it's absolutely ridiculous, especially because, as I've said, I don't feel that anything in the first few hours of South of Midnight was woke. Literally nothing in the game was woke. If you say it was, you're actually lying or you don't understand what the term woke means. Just because the protagonist was black doesn't mean the game is woke. That's insane for you to say that. That's actually incredibly racist. But I don't want to get into this topic again. So many people got so upset with me the other day for actually speaking my mind because what it is, a lot of people don't want to look in the mirror and realize how ignorant they are. They don't. They don't want to look in the mirror and be like, oh shit, he has a point. Instead, they want to stay in that line of, well, I'm already being told what to think. I don't want to break out of that line of thought. I got to stay over here. Anyway. Robot Wizard 64 says the Switch 2 will be region locked. I heard the Japanese one is region locked. That's what's been said, that the Japanese Switch 2 is a region locked console. But I don't necessarily know if that's the case in regards to the rest of it. Okay? Just being honest, I don't think it actually is. So, okay. 1 second. And there we go. Okay. Broseph, how you doing? 37 months as a member and says, haven't been around lately, but I hope you're doing well. Thank you, Broseph. Guys, if you are enjoying just chilling with me here tonight and having this open conversation about whatever, please support the stream. I'm sorry we're not doing Smart Guys tonight. It was out of my hands. You know, my co-host couldn't make it, and I felt it made more sense to delay the show a week and do it the week before WrestleMania than to just outright try to do it myself and then not have the guest host, especially after I had promised you the guest host. So I feel like that's how we should handle it. But tonight, again, as I've explained, if we hit $100 of support, I will still be unpacking one of these packs of cards. For every 100 that we get, if we get $200, I'll unpack both. I obviously tonight would like to get some support and hit a goal, but I don't think we're going to. I'm being frank with you. I don't think we will, because this is a situation where it's an impromptu filler thing. It doesn't matter what I do tonight. I don't think we're going to get a lot of people that are happy, you know? If I play Schedule 1, people will complain the game is boring. Why is there no Smart Guys? If I just sit here talking with you, people will complain, why aren't I playing Schedule 1? Because tonight, everyone was expecting Smart Guys. So there's nothing I can really do to fill in that gap or to make it up to you, but just hang out and, you know, try to entertain you. If it's a filler, why do I put up a goal? Because it's still content. It's still me working. That's like saying, I opened my sandwich shop today and I was supposed to have chicken sandwiches, but for some reason, the supplies didn't come in, so I can't make chicken sandwiches. So do I just decide I'm not going to try to sell my Philly cheesesteaks? Just don't do anything? No, we're not doing any food tonight. No, of course, I'm going to give you food. It's just not what you were expecting, but hopefully you still find it equally delicious and you'll pay me for it. You get it? I hope that makes sense. That's correct. More sandwich shop analogies. I think from now on, I'm just going to do sandwich shop analogies. I think I like these. I think they work well. Spawn Killer says, I feel in the next 5 years, GameStop will be out of business because every time I go, it's empty. It's a junk store at this point. No one is actively going to GameStop to buy and sell games anymore, besides people who are just so behind the times they don't realize that there's no advantage to doing so. So I really do feel, because there's no actual perceived value going there, they will be out of business soon. It may be 5 years, it may be more, maybe less, but yeah, they're just basically a junk store now. You go in there and it's pop culture figurines. Who even cares about Funko Pops anymore? Pop culture t-shirts that you could buy online for cheaper, you know, like swag and freaking tchotchkes and shit. It's like, what is all this garbage? Where's the games? They don't even need to have them because you can get them digitally. I should open a restaurant called DSP Fries It. If I open a restaurant, I would hope that the majority of my food is not fried. Maybe I'd have some things that are fried, but I don't know if I would want to do all fried foods. So probably not good. When's the last time I made my Italian sauce recipe? I don't know. I honestly don't remember. Years. Basically, there were many things that my wife and I used to do regularly and really enjoyed doing, and COVID kind of spoiled them. All right, to be frank with you. We were doing sauce every 2-3 months, and we were doing a big pot, and it would make like 8 servings. So we'd have enough to do like one big pasta recipe a week ongoing. And then all of a sudden, COVID happened, and it wasn't easy to get all the ingredients to do it anymore, because you need to get a certain kind of specific tomato and tomato paste and things to make it taste good. If I go with replacement ingredients, I could do it that way, but then it would never taste as good as the original recipe. It wouldn't be more authentic. You need to have those Italian tomatoes and all of that. So sadly, we stopped doing it regularly. We did still do it a couple more times, but after a while, it just became, let me put it this way. All right. Let me put it this way. At one point, it made sense to do because the sauce was amazing. Okay. The flavor and everything. And for relatively not a lot of money. Because if you think of the ingredients that I would put into that, I get 2 or 3 of the big jars of the Cento San Marzano tomatoes. Not Cento. Yeah, it was Cento, San Marzano tomatoes. The Italian seasoned and styled tomato paste to add in there. You had your, garlic, your olives, okay? All the seasonings. So you're talking oregano, parsley, basil, all that stuff. All right. And of course, salt, flavoring, red pepper flakes, things like that. You would have your meat, whatever meat you choose to make. Usually we did make meatballs, but sometimes I put other things in there, but it was mostly meatballs. Okay. We did try it with like turkey sausages and things like that too. Um, so basically putting all of that in there, and you think about how much money it takes to get all those ingredients. I mean, likely the pot of sauce would end up being like $50. But if you're getting 8+ meals for 2 out of that pot of sauce, okay, the value is there. So if you're looking to have economical food, because you're trying to save money, making your own sauce like that makes sense. But the problem is it takes time because you got to drive around getting these ingredients from various different supermarkets and things because they don't have them all at the same place, or sometimes they have them, but they're way more expensive at one supermarket than another. So no lie, we go to Trader Joe's, Safeway, and Fred Meyer to get all the ingredients at the lowest possible cost to make a pot of the sauce, okay? So it took a day, like it would be a day out. We'd drive around doing all that stuff. And that's the problem with COVID. Half the stuff wasn't available. Half the stores were closed. You weren't able to do it. Okay. So basically what's happened is a few things. Okay. Number one, since COVID, we just got used to not eating the sauce. We started trying other sauces that taste good and aren't our homemade sauce. We've found ones that taste good. Do they taste exactly like my homemade sauce? Absolutely not. My sauce absolutely is the best. Hands down, my sauce is the best tasting out of anything I've had in a store. All right. But it's not far off. Like there's one or two that we've had that aren't that far off. They're decent. They're pretty good. Okay. Number two, money isn't really that much of a big factor anymore when it comes to that. You have to think of the years that I was doing this. You're talking 2017 through, maybe 2020 when COVID hit. Those are some of my worst penny pinching years. I was going through terrible debt of, I had all this credit card debt. I was barely making do with all the stuff I was paying. I couldn't pay my taxes. All this stuff was going down. And I needed to absolutely save as much money as I possibly could at every waking moment. So even though it was annoying to have to drive around a million places to grab all these ingredients and shop and penny pinch to get the lowest price, it still made sense. It was the better thing to do. Today, money ain't a big deal anymore when it comes to that. I don't need to save a few dollars every shopping trip. In fact, I can kind of splurge and get some better stuff. When I go shopping, I usually get maybe the higher grade cheese instead of the low grade cheese. I'll get a mid-range bread instead of the store brand bread, right? I do that now because I can. So do I need to make my own sauce to save a few bucks or 10, 20 bucks a month? Not really. So why go through all the work? And after that, we realized, it's just so much work. I have to get up, make that sauce early, have it start simmering, check it every couple hours, going down, stirring, seasoning, tasting, stirring, seasoning, tasting. It's a whole day ordeal. And then after that, there's tons of dishes to wash. You got the giant pot, you got the grater, or what are they called? The mill. The tomato mill. We grind the tomatoes through. You got all the other different things that, it's just a lot of work. It's work and time versus money savings. Well, if you don't need the money savings anymore, then why go through the work and time? See what I mean? So basically, we just don't do it anymore because we don't need to. I like my sauce better than other sauce, but it's such a chore to do it. It's such a complication to get all the ingredients, to put it together, to make it, and all of that. We just get store-bought stuff now. And to be honest, we don't eat Italian food like that every week anymore. We used to. Every week we'd have pasta or something like that. We don't do it like that anymore. We eat healthier things. Like that we have a couple pastas saved and we haven't eaten them in weeks. We've been like, nah, we'll hold off. Let's just have the turkey today. Let's have the chicken today instead of eating pasta. You see? Like this week, we ate out a ton because there was 2 freaking DSP Trizits. It was our anniversary today. Tomorrow, we're absolutely cooking, and we're looking at everything we have in the fridge. What are we going to make? Turkey Sloppy Joes, because it's the healthiest thing. It's just ground turkey, Sloppy Joe mix, diced onion, and a few seasonings on whole wheat bread. That's our dinner tomorrow, That's how we're thinking now. We're not just thinking about Italian food anymore, so. All right, that was a long answer, but there you go. You got a pretty thorough answer, right? Okay. Okay. Yeah, whatever happened? I'm sorry, I'm reading a very long message. There's a dollar tip here from someone who did a very long message, and they were talking about the game Harvester. Remember that idea? We totally forgot about this idea that eventually I was going to do like a stream or maybe a marathon where I was going to play like point and click horror games or games from the 90s that had the FMB stuff in it. That's still a great idea. Remember, we're trying to come up with an idea for marathons, and we got a 50-goal marathon coming up. Maybe we could do that next. I would say next we should either do that kind of a marathon, or I think we should do another viewer's choice, because we haven't done a viewer's choice since, what was it, February? And I think it would be good to do viewer's choice and see what kind of games people want again to put into the rotation. That's what I'm thinking anyway. So thank you for that dollar tip. Yeah, Harvester, definitely a game that I would consider playing, especially if we did a marathon like that. You guys have told me that it's basically a really good game, right? Okay. Well, a whole bunch of contributions just came in. We had Fla Fla Flunky that gifted a sub over on Kick. Thank you for that. We have Robot Wizard 64 OG that gifted a sub over on Kick. Thank you for that. And then we have No Kino Entry just gifted 8 subs over on Kick. 8. That is $40. And so, let's get them up on the leaderboard. Because that is the biggest contribution of the night, not only, on Kick, but also just in general. And there's something I wanted to check on in regards to that. I think, can I see overall? I think I can, but hold on. Because I want to see something. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Yes! It's official. With those 8 subs, I had a feeling. With those 8 subs, No Kino Entry, all right, overall, has gifted to me over 20 subs on the channel, which is very nice of them. So I think I'm going to do No Kino Entry a solid tonight, because I'm in a good mood and we're chilling and we're having a good time tonight, right? And I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make No Kino Entry a VIP tonight. What do you guys think of that? Oh, No Kino Entry already is a VIP. Never mind. I made them a VIP previously. I wonder if they know, because they don't have that on their name, do they? They already have it. Never mind. Okay. Because I was going to say, I swear that they've already gifted a bunch of subs, and I just looked it up, and if you look at their profile, you can actually see total how much they've contributed. And I was like, that's nice. All right, how about this, guys? Tonight, we're wheeling and dealing. All right, here's what we'll do. First of all, if you guys aren't aware, we are currently at $76 of support. When we hit 100 tonight, which we're going to hit, I'm going to unpack one of these packs of cards live. And one of them has a chase card in it. So we may actually get the chase card tonight. Okay? We might. We're there. We're right about there. All right? So that's number 1. Number 2, since tonight I want to hit the goal. All right? I want to hit the goal. If someone gifts, let's see, how many would it be to hit the goal? We're at 76, so I need 75. 10, 12, 14, 15. If someone gives 15 subs over on Kick tonight, starting right now, Has to start now. It can't be, oh, you already gave a few. If you give 15 subs to get to the goal tonight, I will give you both a VIP and an OG badge over on Kick. Okay? Fair enough? We'll do it. For 15 subs on Kick, if you get us to the goal tonight, I will give you both badges because I want to hit the goal tonight. I want to do this audible. I know it sucks that we're not doing smart guys tonight, but I want to hit the audible. I want to do it. Let's do it. Let's see who's going to take advantage of that deal. That's the cheapest I think I've ever done it for. Only 15? Only 15. That's definitely the cheapest I've given both out for. It's a steal. It's a deal from Darkside Feel. Oh, it was terrible. That was really bad. Okay. Thank you for posting that Dunsfelter in the chat. Okay. I received another anonymous $1 tip. Thank you. And I read and acknowledge the message. Gotcha. So hold on. I said 15. I said 15 total. 15 total subs tonight, and you can get the VIP and OG badges. So technically, no Keno entry. If they gifted another 7 subs, I would give them the OG badge tonight because they already gifted 8. You see? And for everyone else, that's anyone else. For example, Robot Wizard, you gifted 1, 14 more, you'll get them both. Fluff Fluff Flunky, 14 more, you'll get them both. There you go. Or if you already have them, you can choose someone else to gift them to. Okay? But in the meantime, let's get to $100 right now. Let's do it. Let's open a pack. Come on, let's get to $100 and let's see this chase card because I'm dying to see what it is. I hope it's as good, if not better, than Nakamura. And I want it to be an autograph card. With my luck, it'll be an autograph from Tazawa or something. You know, that's what they'll give me. No, we don't know the 20 goal rewards because we got to think about it. One thing that we're thinking about is the pickle menu. I know at Popeyes, but we got to see if there's more stuff people want or if you guys want to do something total different. Okay, so let's see. What do you guys want to do? What do you guys want to do when we hit 20 goals? How many dupes have we gotten so far with all the packs I've opened? I think only one. I think we got the DIY card twice. I think that's it. I think only the DIY card has been a dupe, actually, if I remember correctly. Okay. Mars Inhabitant tipped $1. Says, can I get the badges? I've been a model citizen in your Kick chat. I've been adding to the funniness of streams. Yeah, what you need to do is you need to go over and you need to give some subs on Kick. That's the point. So get your butt over to Kick and give some subs. For 15 subs, you get the VIP and the OG badges tonight, just like I said. That's the deal. That's the deal I have presented tonight. That's the deal that everyone can qualify for. So there you have it. What's the next marathon going to be? That's what we're just talking about, Hearts to Hearts. My ideas are, number one, the return of Viewer's Choice, where you guys can nominate games, and then we do it like a vote, and then we will play a variety of games over the course of a day. Last time we did that, good amount of games were played, and if you remember, Onimusha 2 HD ended up being... No, Onimusha 1 HD was the one I ended up doing a full playthrough of, and it worked very well. Really enjoyed that. Or we could do one of these kind of old school FMV marathons, all these kind of weird 90s FMV horror / games like Seventh Guest, 13th Door, Floor, Harvester, that kind of shit. That could be a fun marathon. So, we're tossing ideas around now. It's going to be a while, probably another few weeks before we hit 50 goals, but, worth it to take a look and see. Looks like Robot Wizard perhaps has taken advantage I'm trying to see because it didn't pop up in the Kick chat yet, but we're getting pop-ups. So it looks like Robot Wizard may have taken advantage of the offer. We're about to find out. Hasn't popped up in Kick chat yet, and the problem is there's been this weird thing that happens where people try to contribute subs on Kick, but it doesn't show up in Kick chat and it doesn't show up in my feed for revenue, and we find out the card got declined, but somehow it still went through. So, like, it shows up as a pop-up, but I don't get it, so I can't count it. So we gotta wait and see if it won what pops up here in the Kick chat, because right now, it's not popping up yet. If it won't let you gift on YouTube, but you can only gift on Kick, it's likely a thing with where you live, and YouTube doesn't allow certain people from certain regions to gift. It's probably legal stuff. Probably some legalese nonsense. All right, well, so far I'm having a good time chilling with all of you. I don't know if these subs are going to go through or not. We got pop-ups for them, but they're not showing up on Kick, from what I can see. Yeah, they have not shown up on the Kick side yet, so we're still waiting. Maybe they're waiting to clear. I don't know. I don't know how it works here, but it'd be nice if they go through. They have not yet. Is Jasper all right? Why wouldn't Jasper be all right? What are you talking about? What is it? What does anything going on right now have to do with Jasper? Yeah, Robot Wizard, you might want to look into this. They're not going through. As you can see, they have not shown up. People are not getting them. Even though it popped up, people didn't get them. You might have been declined. It happens. It happens. It's not the first time. Like I said, it's a me Ken who was trying to gift 100 subs during my birthday event earlier in the week. He had to try like 7 times to get it to go through. First, he tried 100, it wouldn't go through. Then he did like 50, it still wouldn't go through. He had to do like small ones to get it to go through on his card because they kept declining on him. Does Kick let you buy a whole year's worth of memberships in advance like you can on Twitch? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think you just do month to month here, and you could set it on revolving or auto renewing, but I don't think that you can buy it all up front, right? Okay, so now look, so now the bot is saying Robot Wizard tried to gift 14 subs, but the subs still haven't come through. But the bot is saying it. So the bot's picking up on it, and the pop-up service is kicking up on it, but Kick hasn't put it through yet. Anyway, in the meantime, good God, I don't know what's happening. It's not working. Okay, here we go. It just went through. What, dude, what a mess that was. First of all, I just received an anonymous dollar tip and I read your message. Thank you for that. I don't know why it's all screwed up like that, but it did go through finally. All right. So 14 gifted subs just came through from Robot Wizard. So let's get those up on the leaderboard. Means total tonight was 15, but that's an additional, if you do the math, $70 of support. So it means we're now at $149 of support for the night, thanks to Robot Wizard. So Robot Wizard, you gifted 15 tonight. You have earned the distinction of VIP and OG badges. Let me see if you have any of those to begin with. And if you don't, I'll give them to you right now. So let's take a look. And roles and VIP. Robot Wizard 64. OG, there it is. Okay, so there. And you get the OG badge. For the record, okay, including Robot Wizard, there now are only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Only 19 people have the OG badge. Very few. And I'm actually trying to see if some of these people are like gone now. You know, like Dr. Lexus, who has absolutely no profile picture anymore on Kick. What happened? Did he delete his account? Maybe he did, because he has no picture anymore. Everyone else seems legit. I'm looking here. Everyone else looks legit who has it. Yep. Okay. And it looks like my YouTube chat has crashed. So give me a sec here. My YouTube chat completely crashed. I can't even read it. Let me try to refresh it and see if it fixes. If not, I have to completely reload it. Okay, let's see here. All right, a couple of contributions have come in. Let's read these out now. So first off, I received a $1 tip from Mars Inhabitant. Robot Wizard, did I tell you how handsome and funny you are, not to mention wealthy beyond all imagination? It's too bad he already has them. He already has the bat. I gave them him. You want a dab? Are you kidding me? Robot Wizard says, can we get a Phil dab? Really? A dab in 2025? Weren't you guys asking me to dab in like 2017? I mean, isn't it like really outdated now? Who still dabs? Duns Felter did the dab emo in the Kick chat. That's good enough. The dab is awful. Dabs are absolutely shit. Logness just did a $1 super chat as well. Thank you to Logness. So between the $1 tipper and Logness, guess what? Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have done it officially. We just hit the goal. And we are only about an hour into tonight's late night chill stream. Thank you, everyone, for allowing me to hit the goal. Thank you for filling the coffers. Thank you for paying the taxes. Thank you for supporting me no matter what it is that I do. I've tried to make the point that now I'm at the level. People like me enough. They want to just hang out. It doesn't matter if we're just chilling and talking, doing Q&A, doing a podcast, building Legos, talking about pro wrestling, playing a various game, whether it's a classic game, a modern game, a AAA game, an indie game. It doesn't matter what we're doing. People love it and want to support it. And I appreciate that. I do. Thank you for supporting my content. Thank you for allowing me to do what I truly love for a living and have passion for. You guys are amazing. That is absolutely awesome. Thank you so much. The music was too loud. Was it really? It didn't look too loud. Hold on. That a little better? Is that a little better? Oh, I picked the wrong button here. There we go. Okay. Cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? That means it is time. That's right. We're going to do a live unpacking, of WWE cards right now. We have 2 packs right here. 1 pack contains a chase. 1 does not, or we may get lucky and they both have a chase, but that's incredibly unlikely, okay? So, I think it's time. You ready? Which one do we do? Let's do this one. I'm just grabbing a random one. All right, ready? We'll do it right now. Let's do a live unpacking. Let's see how it goes. And remember what I said, every $100 of support, we unpack. If we get to 200 tonight, which we're already on the way, I'll unpack the other one, and we're guaranteed to have the chase. Gabriel says, what's a chase card? A chase card is the rare insert card in this set that basically has a number to it, and it is only a certain amount of them exist in the world. So, for example, this Nakamura card, I believe, says it's a number out of 200. Only 200 of these actually exist. Okay, and that was the chase we got in the previous first box. We're about to get the chase of the second box. Okay? Okay, ready? Let's do it. Can we get a signature card tonight? We might not. All right, ready? First card from Monday Night Raw, Pete Dunne, and it's just a standard card. This camera will not focus up close. If I tell it to manual, oh, there we go. It did, and then it unfocused. Did you see that shit? Okay, there, it's finally focusing. Pete Dunne from Monday Night Raw. Why did it unfocus? This camera, I'm about to kick the shit out of it. It focuses and then unfocuses. Fuck this camera. Fuck this camera. Focus. Look, it will not focus. It's got a terrible autofocus. All right, so what I'm going to have to do, sadly, I'm going to have to manual focus, or we're never going to be able to see these cards up for, see, it just gets blurry. What a stupid piece of shit. All right, let me do it. Ready? How dumb. Wow, great manual focus, or great autofocus there, Insta360. So, like I was saying, Pete Dunne from Monday Night Raw, there he is. It's an okay card. He's a good wrestler. He's from the UK, for those who don't know. Okay, card number 2. Sorry about the blurro vision. So this is considered a rare card, but not a chase. It is a sepia refractor, or sepia refractor. It means that it's not colored, it's black and white, but it has that cool refractor border. It is Montez Ford, currently 1/2 of the tag champions on SmackDown. Kind of a cool card to have because he is a tag champ right now. All right, so Montez Ford. There you go. Card number 3. We already had this one, but we had the rarer version. This is the not as rare version. Hulk Hogan. Okay, tearing the shirt. But we already have this card in the rarer version right here. The one that actually has the rare border. See that? So it's an inferior version of the card. That sucks. So, yeah. And then the last card, which I get the feeling this is not a chase card, R-Truth from Monday Night Raw. So, folks, what this means, if you can believe it, it means we've opened up every pack in that second box, and this final pack that we didn't open is the one that has the chase card in it. We didn't get it. It's in this pack. So we got to hit $200 tonight, and we're going to see the chase card. Let's do it. Let's hit 200 tonight by the end of this stream, and we will actually open this and see the real chase card and if it has any value. Can you believe that we got that far? There's no way to tell. You know what I mean? So you sometimes you get asked out. So we got asked out. We need to open this pack tonight to see the dang chase card. And then I will have one box of cards left for next week's Smart Guys and for my WrestleMania Super Show. And once those are gone, that's it. I'm not buying any more. Because if you guys didn't hear, I've talked about this over the past couple of weeks. The price of these cards has exponentially increased. When I first bought these cards 2 months ago, okay, they were only for $30 a box. Then I bought another box that was $50. This last box was, after tax and shipping, over $70. And there's 7 packs in a box. So each pack is $10. Each card's $250. It's a ripoff. So I can just imagine if I tried to buy them again, how expensive they would be. So FYI, one box left after this pack. 1 box left to go for next week's Smart Guys and for the WrestleMania Super Show. So let's do it. Let's hit $200 of support tonight. Let's open this pack by the end of the stream. Let's get that chase card and see what it is. And then likely I'll add that chase card to my favorite theme lineup here. Okay? Fair enough? All right, so first of all, Lance Catamaran is here tonight and just gifted a sub over on Kick. Thank you to Lance. Good to see you. Appreciate you, Lance. And then Joff with a $5 Canadian super chat says, I just want to help towards the other pack. $5 Canadian is roughly like $3.50 American. I'll count it for 4 just to get us to 160 tonight. So we are 40 bucks away from opening the final pack and getting the chase card. Here it is. This is next. This is on deck, okay? Let's do it. Let's get it. Let's hit it. Let's see the chase tonight. All right. Very nice. So something funny happened the other day. A moderator of mine messages me and says, Phil, you've been having a lot of fun opening the WWE cards during Smart Guys. Well, I have an idea for something you can actually do during normal streams. I said, oh, what is it? They said, there is a new box of cards that has just been like announced and is on, for pre-orders right now. Get this. It's Magic the Gathering, but it's Final Fantasy VII. For some odd reason, there's some kind of a collab between Square Enix and I think who makes Magic? I don't know who makes Magic. It's not Wizards of the Coast anymore, is it? But whoever makes it. So there's a collab. And these cards are official in Magic the Gathering, and you can use them as they're like a booster set, booster pack, box. So he said, dude, you should totally get them. They just, like right now, you can pre-order them. It just happened, just released. You should do it, and then you could have a whole box, and you could open up a pack when you hit a certain goal. Like maybe you hit your goal, you open a pack or something. I said, that's a great idea. Let me check it out. He sent me the link. I clicked on it. Sold out. And I said, it's sold out. He goes, what do you mean it's sold out? I said, it says currently unavailable, sold out. He goes, that just released like 15 minutes ago. I said, it's gone. It's sold out. So that's what I mean. Like all these collectibles now, you can't get them anymore. They're absolutely fucking insane. The demand and what people pay for this shit. You can't pre-order. You can't get anything. It is. I'm being told it is still Wizards of the Coast. Hasbro now owns them, but they still make Magic the Gathering. There you go. I know Wizards of the Coast, their headquarters is out here. I've driven by it. It's actually very close to me. It's only like 15, 20 minutes away, I think. They're like corporate headquarters. But I didn't know that they still made Magic after all these years. That's pretty crazy. Well, I mean, it's super profitable. Why would they give it up, right? So, anyway, yeah, pretty crazy, man. I like doing this. I think this is fun, opening these up, looking at what the card is and everything. It's fun, right? It's something cool to do. I can do it now because I have money. I can buy these things, but it's just getting insane. It's not even the matter of, getting it. You can't even get it at all. What am I going to do? Fucking go on eBay and bid like crazy and pay $200 for a box of these? Like, what? It's dumb. Why are these so fucking in demand? Honestly, this is in demand for me because all I want to do is have something fun to do on a stream. I could give 2 fucks about its value. It's not an investment for me. I'm never going to go try to sell these or whatever. I'm not a collector who wants them. I just want to open them up and have fun with them on stream, right? That's it. So what is with these people who are so obsessed with collectibles in 2025? They make everything so goddamn ultra rare that you can't get anything. I can't even have fun with the collectibles anymore. When I was a kid, these were supposed to be for kids. Kids would collect these cards. And now it's all for adults. What do the kids do? They sit around with their thumbs up their fucking asses playing Fortnite and shit because they can't even play with these they can't get collectibles because some fucking, 50-year-old nerd is sitting there on his computer. Is it live yet? Is it live yet? Oh, the Final Fantasy VII cards are live. 17, 18 boxes, 20 boxes. Jesus fucking Christ, man. No, not me. I'm not doing it. That's the point. I'm looking to occasionally buy a box when I run out of ones to open on my stream. I don't care about the value. I don't care about ever reselling. Can I be honest? Most of these cards I have, I'm never going to sell them. They're just going to sit around eventually, and then I'll go into store. They'll throw them out or something. These is not oh, one day I can't wait to make a fortune on this. I'm just messing around and having a good time with you guys, you know? Could I open Pokemon cards as Hearts to Hearts? I've heard Pokemon cards are the worst. I've legit heard that Pokemon cards are actually the rarest, most expensive, hardest to collect and have fun with. So I would say no. I don't think so. I really don't think so at all. Okay? Okay. Okay. Would I ever get one of these cards graded if I get a rare one? I mean, I don't see the point because, like, let's say, for example, the chase card in here is the 1/1 Cody Rhodes autograph card. Okay? Do I need to get it graded? Who cares? What I'll do is I'll put it immediately in this case and I'll just save it. Maybe one day I would go to sell stuff, but like what why would I get it graded? Why would I care? Right? No, I've never heard of divorced dad trading cards, DJ and DJ. No, I haven't. That sounds kind of weird, doesn't it? Okay. My hair is all crazy tonight. I can't get it to be under control. I keep trying and I'm failing. The grading card company would legitimize it as 1/1. Well, why would I do that unless I was looking to sell it right away, which I probably wouldn't be, right? I should get my Grimace toy graded. I don't think so. However, tomorrow, when I play Minecraft, because tomorrow's daytime stream is Minecraft for the first time in 5 years, I'm going to have all the codes to get all of the McDonald's characters in there. There's the zombie hamburglar, there's the Grimace egg, there's a French fry helmet, there's a Big Mac crystal, and I think there's two more. I can't remember what they are. But I have all the codes, so I'll be able to get all the stuff, which is really cool. All right, who's gonna get us to 200 bucks of support tonight so we can open the final pack and get the chase card that's guaranteed to be in the pack? Who's gonna get us there tonight? And it doesn't have to be one person. It could be, one person gives a sub, one person does a super chat, one person does a tip, one person gives a couple of memberships, and they all add up and we get there. But we're only 40 bucks away from seeing the dang chase. And if I get Nakamura again, I'm going to be pretty upset. I'm not going to lie. Imagine if I get Nakamura again. No, I don't think the Grimace egg, I don't think any of these are rare. I don't think so. These toys are all mass produced now. They're not rare anymore. No way. What Minecraft skin did I wear when I played Minecraft? I don't recall. Does anyone remember? We'd have to look back at the videos together. I don't remember what skin I was wearing. How do you know there's a chase card in every box? Because supposedly it's guaranteed by the manufacturer, and if you don't get it, you can actually complain, and then they owe it to you, if you can prove it. It's supposed to be like 100%, guaranteed, like they place them. I think what it is they know what packs the chase cards are in. I don't know how they know, but they know there's somehow they know that this specific pack has the chase card in it. And right there, it even says right on it to contact customer support. Look at this. To contact customer support, use this website. So you go right there and complain. They even have that right on the pack. So there you go. Congrats, Matthew. You're about to be an uncle. That is awesome to hear. I hope everything goes well with the delivery of your niece. Yes, Tops was always spelled with two P's. Yes, it was. Even back in the 1980s when I collected Tops baseball cards, it was spelled that way. What is the best and worst customer support experience I've ever had? I mean, the worst is just when they actually just listen to you for a little bit, say they can't help you, and hang up on you. Because that's happened to me, where I explain the whole situation, and I'm like, this is a screw up on your part. I need your help. I can't do anything. And then they'll be like, sorry, and they hang up on you. Then you have to call back and you have to start completely over the entire story from scratch with somebody else. Or the other situation that's just as bad, when you call and you give the whole situation to the customer support person and they say they can help you and they put you on hold and then you get hung up from hold. So you have to call back and you get a new person and you have to start the entire process over from the start because they don't know what you just told the other person. That also is the worst. The best is, all relative. Anytime that I get good customer support and someone actually helps me, I feel like it's the best time. I don't think of one particular time where it was like the best or anything like that. No, I never played anything called an overpowered card game. Never heard of it. Okay. I got another anonymous dollar tip. Thank you. Cool. Tomorrow, can I share my world seed? I don't know. I don't know enough about Minecraft to understand. I know that back in the day, what people were said was if you share your world seed, it means that other people, I guess, could actually like simulate your world? Or does it actually mean that they can enter your world? I don't know. I honestly don't know the answer. I don't want to, have people entering and destroying my world, obviously, that I'm just creating from scratch. So I guess I'd have to get more information about that tomorrow, try to figure it out how it works, because I don't want to do the wrong thing. They can't enter, but they can get the same layout. Oh, okay. There you go. It was a Marvel's attempt to make a competitive card game like Magic. It sounds familiar. Overpowered sounds familiar to me. Maybe I saw the cards. Maybe they were at like a comic book shop or something that I used to go to because it does sound familiar, but I never played any of those card games, so. That's true. Lance Catamaran says, "How about when you call customer support and they keep bouncing you between two departments?" That is bad, and that has happened to me before. For example, I'm not even gonna lie. When the situation was going on, where we found out that an employee of Comcast, my ISP, was actually breaking the law, going inside of my modem, changing my settings, resetting the modem, and doing all of that stuff. We found it out. We had all the information. And then I was supposed to get a follow-up from a regional guy, and he never followed up with me. So I ended up calling in because this person kept messing with me. So I ended up calling in again and again, and I had to keep talking to line-level customer support people who then would report and escalate, report and escalate. And it took, I'm not even kidding you, it probably took 3 weeks of me constantly complaining until finally someone took me seriously when I told them that if they didn't do anything, I was going to sue them. So then all of a sudden, someone took it seriously and they escalated it to like a case manager, and a specialty case manager handled it and took care of all of it. And it all got cleaned up then. But I had to literally threaten to sue. And then they said, okay, now we'll actually fix this problem that we actually are legally responsible for. Pretty stupid and messed up, don't you think? I'm back and I got to figure out what kind of light setup do I want to do for tomorrow for Minecraft. It hit me. I was like, oh yeah, tomorrow I'm playing Minecraft. What should I do? Something with pixels, something that looks kind of pixelated, or got to figure this out. Because Minecraft, what colors do you think when you think Minecraft? Brown for the dirt and green for the grass, right? Like that's what you think of Minecraft. But what can I do with that? I don't think there's a Minecraft tie-in with Signal RGB. I can search. Let's see. Biomes of Minecraft. What the hell is this? There is one. Immerse yourself in the world of Minecraft with this effect. Transform your setup with distinct color palettes inspired by the game's diverse biomes. I think I know what I'm doing tomorrow. We're going to do this one. Biome. You want to test it now? We could do a live test. So there's different biomes you can change. You can pick. Oh, wow. Okay, hold on. I'm going to download it and let's see what it looks like. Here it is. So this is supposed to be Savanna. This is supposed to be Savanna biome behind me. So it's an alteration of blue, brown, orange, gray, and stuff. Does it look like Savanna? Maybe it's moving too fast. Can I get to go slower? Animation speed. I halved the animation speed. It seems too bright. Like, it seems like it's way too strong of a light. Biome light. Oh, yeah, you can darken it. There we go. I just darkened it, and I think it looks better darkened, actually. Yeah, you can see the lights better now. Oh, yeah. See that? There you go. Savanna. It's Savanna, not Savannah. All right, Savanna. So this is Savanna behind me. We could try different ones. How about... Let's see what we've got. Coral cherry, a dirt block. This is supposed to be a dirt block coming up. It looks exactly the same. It looks like exactly the same. Does that look like a dirt block to you? The Nether. This is supposed to be the Nether coming up. I mean, there's a little bit of... Okay, I see some red. None of this is screaming Minecraft to me. Is it screaming Minecraft to you? I don't know. Not really screaming Minecraft. That's supposed to be the Nether. Let's see. Slime torch. What does that say? The plains. Let's try the plains. This is supposed to be the plains. Well, it looks like kind of like sunlight or like light vegetation. This is okay. This is kind of pleasant. The plains is kind of pleasant. Seems pretty bright. It seems like it's overly bright, but I even have it darkened and it still seems too bright. What if I do lower saturation? No, that just changes the background color. Never mind. That doesn't actually help. That's the background color. Am I going to do anything for Easter or Easter themed? Oh, I haven't even thought about it. I know it's late. It's what, April 20th or something like that? This is supposed to be ocean. I mean, yeah, this is going to be all blue variation, so this will probably look like an ocean, I'm sure. This matches my shirt. There we go. Let's see. Obsidian. Oh, it's supposed to be obsidian color. So it's like darkened purples, blacks. Honestly, it's not really coming through. You know what it is that the light to show black is just off. So like my ground is off. Yeah, it's not very good. The obsidian sucks. Unless I up the light like that. And it still sucks. Still doesn't look very good. Very dark. I guess that's better with the purple. That actually is better there. With the purple. Yeah. Pumping up the obsidian actually looks a little better. All right. Mushroom. What is this? Ender dragon. Dirt block. Coral. This is... Oh! That's way too bright. That's like overwhelmingly, like blindingly bright coral. I'll have to lower it like that. That's actually, whoa, that's wild. That does look like sea coral. When I lowered the color, that does look like sea coral. But I think overall, Savannah is the one that you're going to do the most because that's like the overworld. So let's go to, here it is. This is supposed to be overworld Minecraft colors right now. It's mostly green and gray and a little bit of brown. I think if the brown stood out more, it would look better, but it's really mostly green and gray. Darken it a little more. It's not great, is it? I don't know what happened to YouTube. Everyone on YouTube is quiet right now, and I don't know why. I'm going to do some shout outs because we got some contributions. YouTube like piped down and like is real quiet now, and I don't understand it. Okay. Well, anyway, this is supposed to be Minecraft lighting for tomorrow. I don't really think it looks, I think the coral looked the best. This Savannah is kind of lame, no? I know, Glitterbomb, like you're the only person talking. Everyone else like clammed up. I don't know why. All right. So we got DJ and DJ did a $6 super chat. You should do a shot for the last card pack. Good luck. Oh, no, I'm not going to drink tonight. I told you guys, drinking, for me, it's a rarity. It's for when we're doing special streams like a marathon. I really don't want to be drinking outside of that, you know? I don't. So that gets us to 167. It's even funny. The lighting on the keyboard is really dark and doesn't even look that bright, but it looks way brighter in my backlighting. The backlighting looks bright. This looks dark. Huh. It's weird because it doesn't really stand out that well. Odd. I'll up it to like 36. Now the lights are brighter on the keyboard. I'll do the same thing here because I have it on my other setup here too. 36. Okay. Okay. So thank you, DJ and DJ. A couple small tips have come in. There's a $2 tip. What are your thoughts on scientists bringing back the direwolves out of extinction? It's like I said, I don't really know too much about the story. I haven't followed it. I saw a little bit about it, like in the news, but I don't actually know what's going on, if it's fully true or not. If it is true, I mean, obviously there's a big danger there. What if it screws up the ecosystem? What about, ever heard of Jurassic Park? Could it bring back accidental extinct bacteria that could kill us? You know, I think there's a lot of factors involved, but I don't really know the you know, the full story. Okay. Okay, another anonymous dollar tip. Thank you. With that, where are we up to now? Because we got about roughly a half an hour left. We're at 170, guys. 30 more to do the unpacking of this second pack of cards and see the actual chase card. Let's do it. Let's hit it tonight, shall we? Okay. Someone took the dollar asking, what about Last of Us Season 2? I don't care. I don't care about Last of Us Season 2. It follows the story of Season 2 of the game, and the game is terrible, Season 2. So I have no desire to watch the show Season 2. I just don't give a shit. I'm not watching it. I refuse. Sonic SLM with a €2 super chat. I love the Tommy Vercetti shirt, Vice City, baby. That's right. I love it too. I didn't even think about it because I went shopping with my wife about a month ago, 3 weeks ago. Whenever our last day off was that we took a special day off, we had time together. We went out together and went shopping, and actually the stores had finally brought in the spring and summer clothing. And I looked, I was like, oh, they actually have nice shirts. So I bought a bunch. They were, you know, on sale for the season. So I bought a bunch. So now when I start wearing these regular full time, I have a good new wardrobe. I think I got like 5 or 6 new shirts, plus all the ones I had from last year. I actually ordered some new shorts and stuff. So I'll have a good wardrobe for the warmer months. And I was just looking in the closet, and I wanted to wear something lighter today in case it got warm, because there was a chance it was going to be warm today. And I was like, oh, this one's blue. It'll match Blueprints that I'm playing today. So I just grabbed it and I put it on this morning. First thing someone said to me on the podcast was like, you look like Tommy Vercetti. I was like, holy shit, the shirt really does look like Tommy Vercetti's shirt. Like, it seriously does. Like, if someone were to wear it in real life, this would be the shirt, right? That's pretty awesome. And being that Vice City is one of, if not my favorite GTA, that's good stuff. No Kino entry. Gifted a sub over on Kick. Thank you, No Kino entry. That gets us to 180. No, 178. And then I believe there was a bunch gifted, but for some reason they didn't pop up. It is Lance Catamaran gifted 5 subs. Awesome. Thank you, Lance. I don't know why there was no pop-up for them. That's weird. But indeed, Lance Catamaran did gift 5 subs. And that counts. So that means we are at 213, right? Yes. We're at 213. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have done it. We have hit $200 raised tonight, which means it is time to unpack the second pack. And there is a guaranteed chase card in here. Yes. Let's get that autograph card tonight. Let's get that 1/1 autograph card. Let's do it. Ready? Okay. Sorry for the blurriness. I really wish that this thing would autofocus, but it doesn't. Okay, here we go. The final pack from box 2. Now we have one more box to go for Smart Guys next week and for the WrestleMania Super Show. All right, here we go. First card is an NXT card. Lexis King. Who is that? Never heard of them. Lexis King on NXT. Looks like some kind of a 1980s guitarist from a shitty hair band. The fuck is he wearing? Lexis King? And why are his sleeves too long for his arms? Some stupid jobber, right? That's Brian Pillman Jr.? It is? Why'd they call him Lexis King and dress him up like a 1980s guitarist? That's terrible. What'd they do to him? Oh, man. Awful. That's awful. Well, now I feel really bad for this guy. All right. Up next. Well, folks, we've got a dupe from the last pack, but it's still one of the refractor cards. As you can see, it has the frame. Last time we had the Sepia refractor. This is just a standard refractor. Montez 4. So now we have 2 different versions of Montez 4. There you go. Current tag team champion, by the way. Okay. 2 cards to go. I don't know how I'm feeling about this, honestly. We've got Mankind. That's a cool card. Mankind. I like that. WWE legend. Mankind. With Mr. Sacco. Very nice. And then lastly, this has to be our numbered card. I can't. Oh, really? Oh, no. Folks, I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty upset about this. Our numbered card of this box is pretty crappy. Alba Fire, currently one of the Secret Service or Secret Hervis, the stupid fake Secret Service that's defending Chelsea Green right now. That's what I got as my chase. You might say, well, why is it a chase card? Well, number one, you could see that the edge is a refractor, but you see the top is blue. So that's how the Nakamura card looked too, to show you. The difference was the Nakamura card, the entire border was blue, and it showed all these cool cracked glass effects. This card is incredibly lame as a chase card because the border is so tiny and small. She's also standing in front of a generic green screen that looks absolutely awful. The text is terrible. It's number 63 of 150. It's awful. That's arguably one of the worst chases I've ever seen in any set. Like, I used to collect cards in the 1990s, X-Men, and it would be like a full gold foil card that had like ridges and shit on it that looked amazing. Or you get a crazy hologram card that when you moved it like this, the character would move on it. Those were awesome. This looks like shit. Like, who would have approved this as a chase card? Again, imagine, your friend got this card, the Nakamura chase card, right? And it's got this awesome border with the shattered glass and full blue. Here's your chase card. It's a piece of dog shit. Well, that pisses me off because we opened 7 packs to get the world's worst chase card. And guess what? This card is so piss poor. I dislike it so much. I'm not going to even put that in here. I refuse. It's shitty. I think all 3 of these cards, we got the Refractor Hogan, we got the Rare Chase Nakamura, and just literally a standard Stone Cold Steve Austin. Those cards are better than that shitty Alba Fire. I can't believe they made that a chase card. What a ripoff. I mean, if anything, you know what that shows? They don't care what cards they make the chase cards. They didn't select good cards. They just made every single card in the set a chase card, even the ones that look awful. And they just slap the number on and they give it a different border, but it's the same exact card as the standard. So that's complete crap. I'm pretty upset. And I feel like, I do feel like I got ripped off by Topps, and Topps owes me a personal apology. They better be sending me one right away for all that. Look at that. Look how good the Nakamura card looks. There's his number. 37, I think. 37 out of 150. So I even got a better number. No, 22 out of 150. So I even had a better number on the Nakamura car. Wow. Okay. Well, folks, to say that was a disappointment, I'd be saying that's pretty much an understatement. I wish that was better for you. I'm sorry it wasn't. We got completely robbed by Topps. So, yeah. I mean, what is Topps thinking? Make any ugly card a chase card? No. Only make good cards chase cards because people actually are trying to get them. And when they get them, they want something good. Okay? So, FYI, hold on one second. Oh, wrong box. There's one box left. This is the final box I'm ever buying because, like I said, I spent over $70 on this box, and I'm not spending more than that for these. So here it is. Seven more packs. This is going to be for Smart Guys next week, where we will have my third and final guest host finally making their appearance. Sucked they couldn't be here tonight, which is why we didn't do the show. And it'll be the pre-WrestleMania show. Okay? And this will be for my WrestleMania Super Show, which will be the Monday after WrestleMania. So basically next Thursday and then the Monday after that. That's it. 7 packs left. All right? After that, I'm not getting any more packs of these. So that'll be it. All right. So thank you guys for getting me to $213 of support tonight. I'm here for 15 more minutes. If we hit $300, we'll choose a pack and open it, and we'll have 2 goals tonight. I don't think we're hitting $300 of support tonight. I'm just saying. We could right now do it. We're on the way to it. We get closer to our big reward and closer to another pack, but I don't think we're going to do that tonight. I think I'm probably not going to get any more contributions. I'm just saying. Sorry that chase card was such a disappointment. Obviously, it's not my choice. I would have loved to have a good one. Okay, so 7 packs left. Wait a minute. I feel a signature in one of these packs. I can feel the ridges of the ink. There's a signature on a card in one of these packs. It's one of the ultimate rare packs. I'm feeling it. There's going to be the 1 out of 1 rock. The 1 out of 1 Cody Rhodes. Or maybe the ever elusive 1 out of 1 Hornswoggle card is in this one. That's what I'm feeling. All right, anyway. Enough of that. What do you mean Ultimate Warrior? I don't think Ultimate Warrior signed any cards in 2025. He's been dead for a while. Just saying. Rest in peace, Warrior. Okay. So, these are saved for Smart Guys and for WrestleMania's Super Show. Unless we hit 1 more goal tonight, I'll open a 3rd pack, but only tonight. After that, we hold them for the wrestling shows. Let's see what happens. Okay. All right, so what do you guys want to talk about? This is the finale right now. Final 10, 15 minutes. Guys, tag me in chat, whatever you want to chat about. Let's finish it up tonight. Thank you for chilling with me. Thank you for supporting the stream. Even though I couldn't do Smart Guys tonight, I really appreciate you guys coming out. Do you want to know the funniest part about this? Tonight, look at the support. That's more than I did when I did the solo Smart Guys. When I did solo Smart Guys, the first week it went well because people wanted to see me do the show without PPP. The second week I did solo Smart Guys, I didn't even hit $150. Yet tonight, just hanging out with you guys and talking and chilling, because it was interactive and we had fun and it wasn't me just focusing on one topic, more people wanted to support the stream, and we ended up hitting multiple goals and having multiple packs opened. So there you have it. A lot of people just like to hang out with me more than anything else, I think. So thank you for that tonight. I really appreciate you guys chilling with me here tonight and just having a good time. Good vibes, right? Good vibes. All right, last chance. You want to tag me in chat, guys? Anyone tags me in chat? We'll have a little bit of conversation to end the show because I only have a few minutes left. What do you guys want to talk about? Let's find out. Anything? Or are you guys done with me? You've had enough. Maybe I should add some Minecraft animations to the frame. Maybe I should remove the birthday animations and add some Minecraft animations to the frame for tomorrow. Yes, it was rainy all day today in Washington. It started off actually sunny and hot, and then it went away, got cloudy. It's been raining all day in Washington State. Jasper's doing great. Jasper is currently in the midst of his mid-season changes, meaning he likes to move around to different spots. For example, he's sleeping on a different spot on the bed. He's sleeping in a different spot downstairs on the couch. He's being silly, but he's enjoying the transition of weather from winter to spring. I don't have... Oh, wait. Do I have old Street Fighter figurines? No. Do I have old Street Fighter figurines my friend gave me? My friend didn't give me Street Fighter figurines. My friend gave me Street Fighter keychains, and I have those in my closet. Gar says, man, that stream card at the end of the stream ruined the entire night. It didn't ruin the night. We still had a good time. We still had a great time, right? We did. You know, we may not have raised $300 to open a 3rd pack and see if we could get the chase card that's better in this box, but we still had a good time. I mean, there's still a chance someone could do, $87 to support right now, and then we'll open a final pack, a 3rd pack of the night. There's still a chance. There's always still a chance, but it's just not going to happen. Absolutely not. There's no chance in hell that would happen tonight. Yes, the WrestleMania Super Show will be a day stream. There's no way I would be able to cover all of WrestleMania without that. WrestleMania this year is 2 nights, right? It's like long both days. There's no way that I would be able to even do it on a night stream of only 2-3 hours. So it's going to be the entire... What I'm going to do That day I'm going to do an abridged podcast where it's only going to be like maybe a half an hour. And then I'm going to go right into the show. It's going to be 4 hours of Smart Guys. And I'm going to try to get everyone on as a guest if I can. I've already got one person confirmed. I'm trying to get more. That everyone will pop into the show over the course of the day to give their quick opinions on what they thought about WrestleMania. So we'll see how it goes. What are my favorite DSP memes? Oh, man, there's been so many memes over the years, right? Nothing I Can Do is like the classic one, but I don't really say that anymore. So it doesn't really apply anymore, you know? Of the recent memes, probably the spoon was the best, but even that one we don't really use anymore. Like, my memes don't necessarily last that long. They'll be there for a bit and then they kind of die out after a little bit. You know, the frogs was funny. That went away. You could argue my embarrassing moment, but that's almost 10 years ago now. It's not really pertinent. No one really talks about it that often anymore, right? WWE champions. Well, actually, that's not even that big of a meme anymore because of last year and that all passing by is a thing that's not really, that interesting anymore. So I don't know. Right? How often do you guys use Nothing I Can Do? When do you use Why Am I Toxic? When I play Dark Souls. That's it. It doesn't even get brought up anymore, So a lot of the memes have kind of gone by the wayside over the years. Well, I don't think that's a meme. See, Subwoofer says, what about the conspiracy about the dumb bird? That's not a meme. The difference between a meme and a conspiracy is that a meme is something that is pertinent to something that actually has happened, and it becomes something that people like to repeat, and they find it in a fun way. So, for example, actually said the quote, why am I poisoned? Why am I toxic? And boom, it becomes something viral, right? Or Nothing I Can Do, which I used to say all the time. The bird thing is literally a bunch of dumb shit invented by mouth droolers to try to get drama when drama doesn't exist, and then they run with it, but it's not a meme. It's actually a dumb tinfoil conspiracy. There's a difference, for sure. Bookworm says, I'm waiting for a Nothing I Can Do coffee mug. I think it's time. Here's what we should do. We should sit down and talk legit, maybe tomorrow morning. Here we go. Here's 2 things to talk about tomorrow morning. Topic number 1, what should be our goal when we hit 20 goals? And topic number 2, new merch. I haven't put any new merch into the shop since like November, December. The shop is completely stagnant. No one's buying anything from my merch shop because I'm not making new products. Okay? So what I need to do, we need to talk about what kind of designs would you guys like? And particularly if any of, say, my logos, my emotes, if you like any of those, and you would actually buy some of those as merch, then I would either consider making some, talking to someone about making some, talking about the company of designing some, but I need these ideas, okay? Let's be honest. The Philomania thing was fun last summer. It hasn't been popular since like October. No one really cares about Philomania anymore. I only have it here because it looks nice in the setup. So we need new ideas, okay? A Jasper mug. We could make a Jasper mug. We'd have to find a really good shot of him, right? We'd have to get like a really nice high quality headshot of Jasper Kitty and put his face on a mug. That would be cute. Just listen to this. Moon Knight says, oh, it's our job to give him ideas, guys. Moon Knight, you have to tell me what you would buy. Don't you understand? Feedback from customers is critical because I need to know what you'd be interested in actually spending your money on. I don't want to work on something that no one's interested in and I waste all this time and effort and then no one wants to buy it. How do you not understand that? Like, can I make hats? I don't believe that they do hats right now. No. No, I'm not getting tattoos. I'm not an idiot. I'm not going to start putting tattoos on my body in my 40s to hit some kind of a funding goal because I think that I'm like a teenager or a 20-year-old, and I think that it's something funny or memeable. It's not. It's mental illness. It's just stupidity. I want you to think about that. I had Review Tech USA on my podcast. We have the opportunity to basically embarrass the people who have made fun of this guy for years, Kino Casino. Instead, he actually says on the show, I might joke about that I'm going to get a tattoo of you dressed as Dracula on my ass, and I'm going to do that. But instead, I want to talk about how you not using your microphone correctly is a better topic. I was like, what the fuck is this idiot talking about? Like, what? So my problem was I grossly overestimated the man's intelligence. I thought that he figured this is a moment to make like a viral moment. The two people who really don't like each other come together because they've both been wronged by Kino Casino and they could work together to have like a fun moment. But instead, he's too slow for that. He's actually mentally incapacitated, too stupid. So he just talks about complete nonsense. And so I kicked him off so I could actually do my show. What an idiot. So yeah, that would have been a nice moment. We could have got some memes and stuff out of, but he's just not smart enough to figure it out. Anyway, I got a $2 tip here. The Kevin Owens autograph cards are very unique. He writes different inscriptions on each one. If someone pulls one, they get a one-of-one card. That's cool. I didn't know that. And good on KO for doing that instead of just generically putting a dash or a symbol. Some people, they do so many autographs, they don't even really sign it. They just go, me, and they say, oh, that's my autograph. Okay, if you say so. That's actually really cool. And it's another troll. Someone again, these idiots, they tip and then they think I'm going to read it out. I'm never going to. I'm just wasting your time, but I am keeping your money, so thank you for that. I do still say wow, dude. All right, tomorrow, let's do that. We have 2 things on the agenda tomorrow's podcast. We have to figure out what the reward will be at 20 goals hit, and we have to figure out what kind of merch I can make. Because now I can work with this company to try to design new merch. I could throw them emotes and stuff to work with, and I want to do that, but I need to know what it is you guys want or would be interested in. All right? All right, guys. Thank you for a great night. I hope that you all enjoyed. Seriously. I hope that you all had a great time here with me. Excuse me. And I want to say thank you all for chilling. Thank you all for hanging out. And thank you all for your support. Again, tonight, a situation where I couldn't do Smart Guys. I couldn't do what I was scheduled to do. But instead, you guys came out and hung out with me and supported me in droves, and we had a great time. We did some card unpackings. We had talked about wrestling. We talked about collectibles. We talked about Street Fighter. We talked about everything, right? It was a great night. Thank you for 2 hours of chill fun. If you watch this on demand this long, thanks. I hope you enjoyed it as well. And I'll see you all soon. Thanks a lot. Peace out.